I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Boyd and take it from there.
Well, I mean, I've enjoyed my time here at Clemson. This has been a part of a great family. Learned so much as a person, as a player, and I don't think I'm ready to give that up yet. So I'm here to announce that I will be returning for my senior season here at Clemson University. Somebody can tweet that for my fans. That'd be great right now. So.
What were some of the, I guess, main factors that made you want to come back for this last time?
It was a big process going to it. I mean, I had pros and cons for each side, but for me, it came down to my enjoyment here. I love Clemson. I love college football. You know, I feel like I had a good enough grade to go out and have an opportunity to go out there and compete, but at the same time, I'm just not ready to just, drop this right now. And I feel like we got a lot of things that we have left on the table here at Clemson, and hopefully I'm here to see those things out.
So was this more a personal decision than a business decision?
It was a little bit of both. There are some factors that can weigh into me getting better in all aspects. But I think those would have came either way had I decided to stay or leave. But, I mean, personally, I just found it in my heart that I just wanted to enjoy this last season.
Was it a difficult decision, or did it seem pretty clear-cut to you at some point?
I thought it was pretty clear at first, and then it just started. It's been wavering, for about the past 5 days. So I really sat down about it, prayed about it, and I just feel like this is the best decision for me.
Ultimately, what was it? Was it the relationships and just being here at Clemson, or was it just the need to just play one more year of college football and see how much you could develop?
I've developed so much since I've been here, from a personal standpoint to my faith to as a player, and I feel like I can continue to develop a little bit more. But at the same time, I'm to the point where, when Coach Sweeney came in here, he had this vision, he had this dream for this program. I kind of had the same type of deal, and I feel like we're having the opportunity to create something special here. We've gotten better each year. I've gotten better as a player each year, and I feel like the way this offseason is going to work, and the way these players are going to be pushed, I feel like it can become that much more special.
You said it was clear at first, and in the past 5 days, what was clear, that you were definitely coming back and then you became clouded, or was it the other way around?
It was a little bit the other way around. I had told myself, I was like, if I had like a list. I said, if I do this against LSU and such, that I'm just gonna come out. I kind of made it up on early, and the more I thought about it, the more people I talked to, and I got some great counsel, some great advice. Got a chance to talk to Dwayne, and it just helped me with my decision, my thought process, and how I measured everything out. It wasn't one of those deals where it was just like flip a coin. It was something that I had to kind of think about.
So you were leaning toward going pro?
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
How much did, from the business standpoint, evaluating based on what the experts say about the quarterback field in this year's draft, and apparently it's not as strong maybe as it has been, how much did that play into?
At first it weighed pretty heavily. Again, when you hear those type of antics and things of those nature, you automatically put yourself in that front group. And I mean, the more I thought about it, I feel like the same opportunities will present themselves, but at the same time I get a chance to do something that I enjoy, that I love, around the people that really care about me. So I'm just excited to come back for this next season.
What did you hear from the NFL as far as a possible draft position, and did that change after the Chick-fil-A Bowl?
Most definitely did. Most definitely did. I think there were a lot of questions going into that game that came out answered, but there's still questions that I don't need to answer personally. I feel like there's still so much room to develop, so much room to grow. This team has a lot of room to grow, but it just varied from anywhere from late second to the fourth. So, I mean, you just take it for what it's worth.
And you surprised yourself a little bit that you're going to be a fifth-year guy? In other words, after redshirt in that first year, did you ever think to yourself, you'd be here in year 5?
It seemed like, I mean, it goes by so fast, but at the same time, I feel like I've been here forever. 4 years is a pretty long time, but 5 is extremely long. So at the same time, it's great for me because I have my degree on hand, things like that, and I can work towards what is important for my family and myself, and that's developing relationships, learning as much as possible, growing as much as possible, and just take it from there. I mean, I got some young guys on the team that still need advice and guidance, and I feel like I should be here to support these guys.
How stressful has the last 6 days been for you?
It was pretty stressful. It's pretty stressful. So I mean, at one point, I wasn't really taking too many phone calls or things like that. Just kind of people that wanted to reach out for me and help me make the decision more so easy. And got a chance to again talk to Dwayne. Got a chance to talk to Mike Vick, and just guys of that, and just get a kind of an idea. And when I was talking to Dwayne, he was like, yeah, you can come out, man. He was like, but I'm imitating his voice right now, But he was like, it's such a business, you got to be ready for it. And right now, I mean, honestly, I just want to enjoy this one last season, put my best foot forward. This team's going to put their best foot forward. We want to come out and compete for championships. I feel like it's that time. So we're going to do everything possible for that this offseason.
Guys, you mentioned anywhere from the 4th round to the 2nd round. Do you feel like next year, when you're done, you can be a first-round guy?
Personally, I mean, and that's up for those guys to decide. But I mean, if I kind of had it the way I believe so, and it's going to take a tremendous amount of work, but it's not something that we're not used to around here. I think this program stands for a lot of the players. You don't really get anything. You got to go out there, you got to earn it, you got to take it and get the respect that you need and deserve. And I mean, that's just kind of what we're built off of as a program. So it's just got to happen.
What were the reactions of Coach Sweeney and Coach Morris when you told them you were staying?
I mean, they were excited. Coach Sweeney, for some reason, on his iPhone, he has like these little graphic images, and like they're animated, so it's a lot of dancing involved with it, kind of like his dance moves, and it just, he's an excited guy. Again, we kind of have the same motives heading into this next season with Coach Morris as well. I just feel like there's a lot for us to gather as a team, and we start off with a banger against Georgia. They come here to the house. I'm gonna talk to Aaron about that and just remind those guys who they're playing against. And it's gonna be fun, man. So I'm so excited about the season.
What are the main things you have to do to become the first round? Specifically, what do you have to do in your eyes, or what you've been told, or whatever, to be a first round?
I really don't know. I try to get more of an assessment from it, but I mean, again, it's could be decision making, could be better footwork accuracy. I mean, it's really up for those guys to decide. I mean, when you're talking about first round, those premier cream of the crop guys, and hopefully I put myself in a situation to prove to be one of those. But if not, you just have to take it for what it's worth.
What impact did Chad staying here have on your decision?
It was a pretty big decision. Again, me and him have built a great relationship. One of my favorite coaches of ever since I've been playing, and just the type of commitment he has to his players, his team, to his offense. I mean, you kind of gather his thought processes as well. And again, we talked about it. We still feel like there's things for us to go out there and accomplish, and we're just going to need to see it get it done.
Take away the fact that you guys are going to go against each other in the opener next year, but when you saw Murray, who's a pretty good guy, and he could have jumped too. When you saw he decided to stay, did you kind of evaluate him and say, wow, there's a guy who could go, but he's coming back? Did that impact you at all?
Not at all. I mean, this game is built on competition. If you're not ready to compete at any level, then this game isn't for you, or compete about anything in life in general. So I think it just made it that much more intriguing and exciting that, you know, you have this guy and this team, and they're the first team on your schedule. So it's going to be exciting. We talked about working out together and things of that nature, but it's going to be fun, man. I'm excited about that game.
You mentioned the team accomplishments that you're looking forward to possibly reaching next year. There are also some individual things that you're looking to possibly get. What are your thoughts on being able to contend for Heisman Trophy and some records?
It's great to be mentioned in that category, but none of those things rarely happen if the team isn't successful as well. So my main focus is just trying to be the best leader possible that I can. We still have a pretty young group here. On offense, we got some guys who are going to be stepping in for the first time ever playing. The O-line is pretty much the same, except for Dalton. But, I mean, I just feel like as explosive as we've been, I feel like there's more to attain. There's more out there. And I think that game against LSU was a big boost heading into this offseason. I mean, we worked really hard last offseason to get to the point where we wanted to be the team we were, but I feel like we can even take that next step, become to that next level of a team, and just become just that consistent team that we want to be. So, I mean, we did a lot of good things. We still weren't extremely satisfied with the way our season went because we weren't perfect. We didn't go 12-0 or 13-0. But, you know, if that's where you want to get, you just got to go out there and work for it and go get it.
Taj, what did Mike Vick tell you about the decision?
He just told me to kind of make it for me. He was like, I mean, you're going to be getting people pulled side to side, swayed here and there, but ultimately you got to live with the decision. And whatever decision you go with, you just got to go full throttle. So again, I mean, personally, I mean, I feel like I did a pretty decent job last offseason, but it's got to turn up even that much more because that much more is expected. And when you become a consistent team like that, you don't want the expectations to be anything less than that. So I'm excited about it.
Guys, do you and Mike talk pretty frequently? I know you're from the same area. Do you talk pretty frequently or every once in a while?
Every once in a while. I shoot him a text here and there. It's funny. I mean, it's kind of hard getting his autograph growing up, you know. Now I get to talk to him on a regular basis, so it's good.
You may have answered this already, I don't remember. Was there any specific consistent thing in the evaluations you got back that you kept seeing come up that they said, you know, you needed to be better at to get ready for the
Again, it was more of you can always improve on footwork and accuracy and things like that. So, again, I feel like my whole game can improve in general. You know, instead of I ran for 500 yards this year, 514. Let's go rush for 800. You know, let's go for some Case Keenum numbers. You know, that's just kind of the way I look at it. But again, I mean, the main objective of this team is to win games, and I just want to do everything possible to help my team win.
I know you said let's rush for 800, and it's a whole 12, 14 games to go. But you saw the example down in South Carolina, what happened to Marcus, that terrible situation down there.
Right.
Does that ever enter your mind when you make this decision? I
mean, not in the decision. I think when you throw in that uniform, you're putting yourself in a situation to be exposed to that. And as sad as it is, it's just the nature of the game. You're going to get nicked up. Hopefully you don't have an injury to the point where it could be career-ending. I've had a chance to have a torn ACL in high school, and you know the feeling. You know that it feels like the whole world collapsed on you, and it's just a terrible situational feeling. But again, when you sign up and put yourself in that uniform and in that venue, you're more so modern-day gladiators, and they didn't expect out there and always come alive, so we don't always expect to come out and not be hurt.
Do you think about, you said you'd hope that once you played well and get to LSU, that might be the jumping off point into the league. But did it occur to you that maybe you needed to do that more than just one time to really kind of assert yourself as a top quarterback prospect?
And I mean, this game is built off being consistent. And I feel like that's something that I have a player become better at. I feel like this team has become better at that, but at the same time, it's not a finished product, not close. And again, I mean, we finished the season pretty good, and hopefully we start off the season pretty good. But I mean, against those teams, you got to go out there and just compete and do well. So excited about it. We're going to put ourselves in the best situation possible and just take it from there.
There are those who would say that if you went to the league right now, you probably wouldn't have, you may not have a better receiver to throw to than the one you have here now.
Probably so. I do feel like I have some of the best receivers in the country, and granted, it's just been fun working with all of our guys. We put an endless amount of time in getting chemistry, connections, and it's gonna have to be the same this offseason.
Alex, was this more? You probably answered this in some ways, but was this more financially driven, thinking that I can increase my worth next year with a good year, or was this more legacy driven, thinking about what my name could mean years from now if I stay in a conference?
I think it's more of just team driven, honestly. I mean, we come in here and we compete. We won championships, but I do feel like your ultimate goal is to come in, at the end of the day, leave a legacy. You want to be mentioned again amongst those names, but at the same time, I mean, that's not really for that person or that player to decide. That's for everybody else to judge in that sense. And whatever you do, you want to be your best at it. And I feel like this team has the opportunity to be mentioned among some of the great teams. Hopefully I put myself in the position to be mentioned amongst some of the best quarterbacks. So, it's just a work commitment that you have to have to it.
Anything else?
So, appreciate that.
Mr. Boyd?